Right, in this video we're looking at a FreeBSD based gaming OS, which is more or less orientated around Steam, hence the name SteamBSD. That's a big giveaway. And it's something which I've seen for quite a while, and the developer is very active on it, and he produces a lot of videos showing you how it works, etc. So we're going to have a quick look. There is one caveat to this particular video, that I was unable to test Steam, not because there's anything wrong with the OS here. It's just that I tried to make a new Steam account because the powers that be, my other half, she didn't want a Steam account used, which is fair enough because she probably thinks I'm going to delete something. But I tried to make a new Steam account, but the setup process from Steam is so convoluted that I was waiting forever for the confirmation email that never came. So, yeah, I couldn't make an account. Still, we'll proceed as far as we can, and we'll show you what this OS looks like and the facilities available. And it is actively, still actively developed. He's on there every day doing it, so that's good. You can have put an installation of an existing FreeBSD install, or you can install the OS itself. So we'll have a look. I'll leave the relevant links in the description box down below, but to download SteamBSD, if you go to the Blogspot page and you click on download, you'll have three choices. It'll either be for the UEFI version, the legacy BIOS, and a GitHub page. But I'm going to go for the legacy BIOS because my computer is old, and it takes you to a Google Drive page. You can download the image there. That's something I'm not quite used to, but as long as it gets downloaded, that's fine. Once it's downloaded, you transfer it to a USB stick of your choice and we'll boot up. Everything looks normal for a FreeBSD install, so we'll just let it do its thing. It gives you an option to enter the shell and manually run BSD install if you want to, or if you leave it, it will just carry on. And it'll take you to choosing your hard drive that you want to install on. Now, this is not the most user-friendly in the world, but it does default to the ADA0, which is your hard drive. So now if we just press enter, and then it chooses the size of your swap again, there's defaults. You can change it if you will. I'm just going to press enter again. And it gives you a warning that your disk is going to be erased, so I press yes, or enter yes. And it starts to create the ZFS partitions. And then it proceeds to install. It's pretty much automated, and you're given a choice to choose the graphics drivers, but then if you do leave it without pressing anything, it will automatically choose the auto detect. And it doesn't give you long, so perhaps that needs to be tweaked a little bit. And now it's extracting, so it's copying the contents. It is fairly straightforward. Alright, okay, we're booting into the Lumina desktop. Okay. I found this all a bit confusing. I didn't find this the most user-friendly. At the top, you're given 4 little mini terminals. It says, do you want to install wine, etc. And at the bottom, you're given a little status message and a little news thing on the bottom right, which, if experience tells me, it always takes a while to populate. And there's documentation if you want it. So, install Wine 32 version, Wine Pro, I don't know what that is. A Wine Pro version of Steam. Okay, we'll try that. Right, okay. Could not find. Okay, we'll install Wine Mono. Right. So it didn't set up my networking. Now that's a quirk of the test machine. On many occasions, I have to manually go into it. Icons have appeared, so that's good. Okie dokie. Right, okay. I do like the near-fetch thing. It's very nice. Now I'm going to test some pings. Yeah, there's no internet connection. So I'm just going to go into BSD config. A very useful tool, by the way. So go down to networking. I'm just going to fast forward all this. And it should work. Let's exit this. Ping. Yeah, it's okay now. Now we can get going. Right. Okay, let's try that one again. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that, so I'm not going to. I'll leave it. But anyway, we'll try the 1.32 version of Steam. Okay, it's updating Steam, which is pretty good. So it must have installed it. Download update. I don't know what's going on. They must have installed it at the first time. Now it's updating it now. So okay, fine. As long as it gets installed. Right, there's Steam. Well, I presume. I mean, it's popped up, so I think it's working. Like I say, I was unable to test this, which is a shame, but maybe for another day, once I do eventually receive that confirmation email from Steam. Right, we're going to have a reboot because I think I read somewhere that you need to reboot. Just to be sure everything's loaded incorrectly. It's a strange place to have the clock, but, you know. Right, there's Steam. And if you had an account and you could log in, and then this will be obviously the time to do it. So it's, oh, look, the news is populated in the bottom right, so that's cool. So very good. Like I say, I can't show you the Steam working, but the videos on his website show it does. So, you know, you go and try it for yourself, see if you can get it going, which I think you should be able to. I think he knows what he's doing. There's a little README, giving contact information, etc. So we'll just close that. The menu on the left-hand side, you've got something called Acolyte, which I have no idea what that is. You've got Boost, which presumably tries to boost your Wi-Fi, but again, I don't know. And looking up Acolyte, it says it's available on GitHub, and it's described as a Steam account switcher, a lightweight program to switch between Steam accounts without having to re-enter passwords. I don't think I'll be using that. So I'll leave a link in the description down below, and you can check that out if you wish. I'm always hesitant to install software that I've not heard of, which isn't official in the package repositories or the ports tree, especially if it deals with accounts. So not that I can use that now anyway, so it doesn't matter. Recorder is a simple screen recorder. Terminal obviously is the terminal emulator. Utils, I don't know, I'll have a look in a minute. README is information that we just saw about contact. And Steam, obviously, Steam. So we'll have a look at utils. And it brings up a little text-based interface. So have a look. And you can install Proton, install Steam Game by ID, reinstall Steam, and add switch keyboard layout, ZFS snapshot, resolution, you know, change that. Video drivers if you want to change them, and system commands. Very, very good. So what we'll do, I'll try, let's have a look. RUP for update Steam code and Proton libraries. So we'll just enter RUP. I don't know if this will work, but we'll see. Well, it seems to be doing something. There's no indication of doing anything. Maybe. Oh, right, yeah. So that's good. It seems to be updating to it. Oh, okay, that's fine. So yes, if you want to change anything in your system, then this little menu will do it. So it's a little bit cryptic, but yeah, I think it gets the job done. Well, that's about as far as I can go with this, which is a shame. I mean, it's really not the OS's fault by any stretch. It's Steam wouldn't get back to me with the authentication code, which means that I couldn't create a new account, like a little test account for this, which is a shame. There's one or two issues which does concern me with this. One of them is it's not exactly user friendly, and it's always something if you're developing something yourself, then you know how exactly it works. You can make that thing. You can just make it fly. When you present it to someone who's not used it before, it may not be so clear to them. So I mean, the user experience is not finalized yet. I think there's plenty of work to be done. The inclusion of a couple of pieces of software or at least icons, but a couple of pieces of software. I'm not sure what it does. The Acolyte is it's not well. It's kind of of concern, but I mean it's available on GitHub. So if you want to have a look at the source there, I mean everything's transparent. But I've not heard of Acolyte, and it's not available in the repo. So when it's dealing with something involving accounts, I'm a little bit tentative. The utils, or the utility menu that we just looked at, is not exactly user friendly. And if you had something like a control center or something with icons in it, I think maybe that might be a better choice. I think what I'm trying to say really in general is this is a good project. The developer knows what he's doing. I mean, like I say, we watch some of the videos on his channel. He can make it do great things with games. But it's just the implementation is not quite there yet for me. I don't feel 100% running Acolyte. I don't like the fact that I didn't create an account. You can create an account if you want, but I don't know how it would interfere with the running of all the Steam and the various aspects of that. It goes straight into install. Perhaps a live session might be good where you could test it out. Do a GhostBSD in a way that you could test the Steam out, and if it works, fine, and then install. But I don't know. There's one or two. To me, it's not polished, and that's fine. That's not a bad thing in itself. It means that there's plenty of room for improvement and refinement. But I think it is a great idea. I mean, it basically gives FreeBSD the opportunity to be I don't know, what would you describe that? So like in the same way that you can get LibreElec, which is just enough OS, using the marketing term, just enough OS for Kodi. So you got the bare minimum in order to boot a system and run Kodi and just Kodi itself. Or you've got sort of like RetroPie, which again is set up to do one task. In a way, you could have this based upon FreeBSD doing the same thing, where it's one task is to boot up and give you an OS that's Steam related. So it's a laudable goal, and I think he will get there. I think he'll manage it. Anyway, I encourage you all just to go over to his webpage, look at his videos, download his either into an existing FreeBSD system or download the image file and give it a go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.